Good morning. Happy Saturday. This is the day the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. Thankful and grateful to see this brand new day. I wanted to share something. It's been coming up for me lately, and anything that is repeated, I have to share. And it woke me up out of my sleep. It really did. It woke me up. As I lay there, I thought about how many women have been abused, have been murdered, have been all kind of stuff is happening during this time. Let me give you a little tip, little nugget about myself. I love watching crime movies. I love watching crime stories, true crime stories. I love watching those things. There's a young lady I follow here on YouTube, and I shared a video earlier. And this man, he was upset that he didn't get his stimulus check. The government kept his stimulus check because he was behind in child support. And he went crazy. Like, he set her car on fire. He set her mom's car on fire. And literally, when they caught him, let's say he was about to go back and kill her and his kids. Like, it was that serious. The $600 was that serious to him. And I say all that to say this. You just don't know how desperate people get and the things that they will do when they don't get what they want. Okay? And I find, and there was another video someone sent me. It was a true story. It was a real live body cam from a police officer. And the young lady was standing outside her apartment, and she was like, or a townhouse, right? And she was like, she called the police. Her husband just left, and she's feared for her life, and she wanted to go back inside to get some things. And so the police officer was like, well, she was like, well, can I change the locks? So he's like, yeah, you can change the locks. And we'll wait with you until you call them and get that stuff taken care of. So in the meantime, they all went into the police, and her all went inside the home. She went upstairs and saw that his stuff was still there. She's like, oh, his stuff is still here. He's probably gonna be back. So they're talking, and she's like, making these excuses why she can't leave, and her kids in school, and she can't do this and can't do that, and worrying about these material things. So while they're having this conversation, the husband returns home. Immediately come through the door, shooting. The police officer, you see the body cam, and they showed it from both angles, where he, I don't know, I think both of them probably got shot, because you saw blood on the floor, and then it was just, he was laying down, and it was no more shooting. And I say all that to say this: you don't know what people do when they're desperate. You just don't know. You just don't know what people will do when they're desperate. And they feel like they have nothing to lose. And you get so caught up into these material things, like, I'm going to get this, and I left that over there, and I left this over there. Honey, I don't care what I left over there. They can have it. Because what you can't get back is your life. Okay? You can't get another life back. But those material things, oh, you can get those things back. And I promise you, whatever is taken from you, God will bless you with something better. So don't get caught up in the material things. And I'm gonna tell you a true story about myself that could have ended worse than what it did. You understand? It could have turned around. It could have been something where that took my life. Like, actually, it could have happened. The relationship was over, and this was like years ago. And the person put the person out. They had a couple things left. I set the stuff in a trash bag on the porch, and you can get those things, and that's it. There's no need to keep coming back here, because when it's over, I don't take everything you got, take everything that belongs to you, because you're not going to keep making these rat rolls back over here. And when it's done, it's done. I don't want to see you no more. It's over, okay? And so the person, I was working second shift at the time, and I was asleep. And I woke up, and this person was standing over my bed. I don't know how long they were standing there. You know what they could have done? They could have stabbed me to death. They could have shot me. They could have did anything. You don't know what people do when they're desperate. And he was coming to get some material stuff he left there. That was it. He's coming to get some stuff he left there. That's it. But why you standing over my bed while I'm asleep? You understand what I'm saying? Made absolutely no sense. We got to be careful how we end things, and and worrying about those material things that can be replaced. There was a time when I was dating someone, and I used to go back and forth to their place. And when it was over, they were like, "Well, you got this stuff here. You can come and pick it up." I said, "Put it in the trash. I don't trust you, and I don't need to be coming over there. So whatever is left over there, I don't need it. I can replace that. Put that in the trash, honey. I don't want it." Because you don't know what people's motives are. And when it's over, you really see who this person is. Okay, it's a different person. It's not the person that you was laying in that bed with for years. It's a whole nother person. Okay, this does not apply to everybody, but some people. It's a whole nother person. You don't know who that person is. You will slowly find out when you end it. Right? And then you're trying to, if you're in a marriage or a relationship, you're trying to, dissolve the stuff that you had together. Is it really worth it? Is it worth your life? Is it? We have to think about these things. We have to think about these things. We have to think about these things. Is it really worth it? Is it worth your peace? Is it worth your life? Think about those things. Because you don't know what desperate people would do when they feel like they got nothing to lose. Okay? You just don't know. They turn into somebody else. And you just don't know what they might do to you. There are things that I lost, but I didn't lose my life. Think about that. Is it really that important? Is it really worth it? Because you think you're fighting with this person that you've known all your life. You think you're fighting with this person you've known your whole relationship. This is a whole new person. This is a new person because you guys are not together anymore. And they don't look at you the same way. They don't. This person did not have a driver's license. This person parked the car, I don't know, in somebody else's yard, at another business, and walked to the house, broke in, was standing over my bed while I was asleep. Okay? You don't know what desperate people will do. And then once I called the cops. This is crazy. This is not allowed. This is not going to happen ever in life. I will call the cops. I'm not scared to call the cops. I call the cops. Call it what you want. I call it taking care of me and worrying about my safety. Okay? Then the person called back crying on the phone. I don't want to hear that. I don't have time for those narcissistic conversations. I don't have time for that toxic whatever you got going on. Because at this point, I don't know who you are. And I'm feared for my life. And I got to do what I got to do to protect me. So when it comes to those material things that y'all think y'all got to have, is it really worth it? There's so many videos. There's a young lady I follow, and I wish you guys would follow her on YouTube. There's so many women murdered by men. I'm talking to the women right now. There's so many women murdered by men. This young lady was chasing after somebody that stole her car. Somebody killed her. She never came back. Is it really worth it? Running behind these material things that can be replaced. Is it really worth it? Is it worth your peace? Is it worth your life? Will you pay for those things with your life? Okay? This is the conversation that nobody want to have. Nobody might not be ready for. But when it's over, do what you got to do to protect you. Okay? Get restraining orders. Do what you have to do to protect you. Make sure when you leave, you get everything that you want and need. After that, charge it to the game. Okay? Charge it to the game. Because you don't know this person you're about to encounter with. They've lost. The relationship is over. You're not in their life no more. And on top of that, you want to come back and take some other stuff. Think about that. Think about how that you got. I think like I watch criminal movies, so I think like not criminal, the person that feels like they're losing everything. I think like them. You got to get in their head and be like, I wonder what they feeling. I wonder how they feeling. Because all you concerned with, this person trying to hurt me, this person don't want me to get everything you need when you leave. Okay, get everything you need when you leave. If you can't take it, then you don't need it. Okay? Your life. Your life is more important than these material things that you're arguing and fighting over.